Episode 24, Joseph and Romane, 24 hours in a cabin in the garden. "Do you think we'll last all night?" asked Romane, wrapped up in her sleeping bag. Joseph shrugged with a big smile. "Of course. That's our challenge, 24 hours in the cabin. No cheating." It was 10 a.m. The two children had set themselves a challenge inspired by the videos they'd seen on YouTube, to spend an entire day in their wooden cabin, perched in the old oak tree at the bottom of the garden. With a mattress, cushions, a hurricane lamp, a cooler filled with sandwiches, and a thermos of hot chocolate, they were ready. "If we put a single foot outside the cabin, we lose," Romane announced seriously. Joseph nodded, then pointed the camera mounted on a small tripod. "Welcome to our adventure. Today, we're trying to survive 24 hours in our cabin. We'll sleep here, eat here, play games, and maybe we'll get some surprises." Romane raised an eyebrow. "What kind of surprise are you talking about?" Joseph just smiled mysteriously. By noon, they had already filmed a sequence of them tasting their picnic, Mom's tuna and mayo sandwich, a 9/10, an improvised choreography on Romane's ukulele, and a mini-guessing game filmed for their imaginary subscribers. But what they loved most was the cabin's atmosphere. The wood creaked gently in the sun. The birds chirped. The wind rustled the leaves. From the small window, they could see the entire garden, as if the world had become an adventure playground. "Did you see? We're much better off here than in front of a tablet," said Joseph, biting into a cookie. "Better, but it's going to be a long night," replied Romane. Around 3 p.m., their cousin Camille threw them a basket from the bottom of the tree. "Surprise of the day. I put candy, pencils, and even a card. You're only allowed to open it if you're still here at 8 p.m. Joseph caught the basket in midair. "Thanks, Camille. We'll hold on." Romane unfolded the tablecloth on the floor of the tree house. "What if we drew our ideal tree house? Like one with a flying swing, a cloud-shaped hot tub, a magic mini-fridge." The hours passed. They took a nap. Then they invented a story about a flying tree house that could go all the way to Iceland. They even did a mystery unboxing with an old wooden chest they had assembled that morning. Inside, old marbles, a flashlight, a broken music box. Childhood treasures. At 8 p.m. sharp, they opened Camille's card. A drawing of them as the cabin's superheroes. And a sentence. "They say the night holds wonders. If you last until midnight, the sky will thank you." Intrigued, they lit their hurricane lamp. Night was falling slowly. The crickets had joined the party. A light mist was rising from the fields. "Are we scared or aren't we scared?" Joseph murmured. "We're not scared," Romane said, even though her voice trembled a little. They set up their sleeping bags side by side, Mocha the cat curled up at their feet. Then came the time for their secrets. "Do you think we could make a real YouTube channel one day?" Joseph asked. "Why not? We already have everything, the adventures, the ideas. And we could show the other children that we can experience so much outside, without screens. And share our dreams," added Joseph. Midnight. A noise woke them. Shhhh. A light rustling. Then a distant ticking. Joseph listened. He gently opened the trapdoor. The garden was plunged into a magical silence. In the distance, the moon shone brightly. And there, just above them, a shower of shooting stars. "Look," murmured Romane, joining him. "It's a gift from heaven." They stood there, amazed, without saying a word. Then Joseph grabbed the camera. "Guys, we held on. 24 hours in our cabin. And the sky gave us this." He raised the camera toward the starry night. "We hope you enjoyed this moment with us. Don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. And above all, go out, play, dream. Romane concluded with a smile. And build your own tree house, even if it's in your heart. The next morning, they came down from the tree, their hair disheveled but their eyes shining. Mom was waiting for them with hot chocolate and pancakes. So, did you survive? Better, said Joseph. We lived. #24-hour challenge. #kids adventure. #backyard fort. #24-hour in a fort. #sibling goals. #outdoor kids. #stories for kids. #YouTube kids. #happy childhood. #kids vlog. #nature adventure. #screen free kids. #family and nature. #magic tree house. #kids series.